This part of the YouTube talk is going to be the cats you never heard of. People that you should be aware of, people that are out there working and in the whole mix of this thing that we're into. People like Albert Wing, great saxophone player in Los Angeles, played with Frank Zappa, really good friend of mine, one of my favorite players. Lauren Pickford in New Orleans, another one. You know, these people are under the radar. You know, they're in the radar, but they're under the radar to a certain degree. You know, the cats you never heard of. Miles Donahue, grew up with Jerry Bergonzi, amazing saxophone player, amazing trumpet player. He was involved in a lot of co-op workshops and so on with Joy Bonakis at an early age. Very inspiring to me. He's in my top inspirations in life. You know, at a point I heard a concert at the Arlington Street Church when I was a student at Berkeley with Bergonzi, Bonakis, and Miles Donahue. Miles Donahue knocked me out. I mean, I had only heard people like Ira Sullivan and Benny Carter do the multi-instrumentalist into a brass instrument. And this guy just completely took care of business. You can find his records and CDs out there, you know, just Google him. Also, this also says another important aspect of the business is, let's drop the name game. There's about a gazillion saxophone players who could use some exposure. There's a gazillion guys you should be listening to. You know, the great players, Train, Sonny, Stitt, Stan, you know, all those guys, Stanley Turrentine, you know, those are fantastic people you should be listening to. What about Morris Atchison or Eric Kloss? Have you heard them? Morris played for years with the R&B bands. He's one of the baddest players in the Bay Area. People like Sonny Simmons and Michael Marcus talk about him as one of the greatest tenor players in the world. Check that out, man. Where's that? This guy has got to be heard by people. Maybe we can do something about it by talking on a video about it. Also, Eric Kloss, another one. Check out early Eric Kloss with Don Patterson and Billy James. You'll hear a young demon, somebody who was ready to be playing with those people. But I'm also saying there's a lot of other people that are out there. Ryan Insomni, Andrew Hadro, two students of mine from New York, both play with Junior Mance. Fantastic players. You know, try to get out and hear them. But also, you know, the cats you never heard of. Find some people that you like, and maybe at some point you'll be on YouTube talking about the cats you never heard of. There's quite a few, you know. The great Joe Romano from Rochester. He certainly had a beautiful career as a saxophone player. He was a constituent of Sound Goes Don Menza. Everybody like that, Chuck Mangione. I don't hear his name enough. Another person who I have an article on my website about is the great Frank Lowe, Kenny Hing, and without going any further, Bert Wilson. Bert was the person that taught Lenny Pickett. You got to do your saxophone history to get further than just the jump when you're playing. Listening is some of the most important lessons you'll ever hear. As Jamie Aebersold says, all the answers are on records, and they sure are, but you got to find the cats you never heard of. Maybe this video will help you do some of that much needed homework, and also open your ears and get you into some areas. One more name, since we're talking about the Bay Area, I want to stress to you is Vince Wallace. Check him out. And what about go back even further and listen to John Handy when he was with Mingus. He's out in the Bay Area now. These are incredible players, in addition to England's Tony Coe. Okay? We'll see you next time.